Do you remember your first drink? Going to college? All that peer pressure? Drinking more and more? First time you drank too much? First time you had way too much fun? Everyone had a party going on? Which party were you going to go to? What drinking games did you play? Did you do a little power hour? That's what we're going to do tonight. Come on and join us for a nice power hour. So I'm Dan. Oh yeah.
And I'm Nick, folks.
We're old friends dissecting one topic at a time. People, technology, media, we've got it all covered.
Each discussion here is a deep dive into our unique perspective. The taboo, forbidden subjects, they're all on the chopping block, baby. We don't pander to popular opinion. We might even get a little bit dirty.
Warning. This podcast may contain mature language and sexual content and is for infotainment purposes only.
So join us. Have a good time.
Open up your ear holes, because we're going to fondle your follicles. Yeah. We get in the groove. Ooh. And 3, 2, 1. Like the olden days. I don't remember the last time I had a power hour.
Honestly, it's way much more responsibility than I remember.
Yeah. It's
like one extra thing to remember. I work on. I gotta fill. I gotta unfill.
I forgot. So much pressure.
Wow. A lot of work being young, you know? That's what I think.
So you remember your first drink?
I do. It's gonna be when my parents gave me a sip of their beer when I was like 5 or something like
Bartleby's and James.
Is that what it was?
It has a cooler. Wine cooler?
I know what that is. My dad used to play softball in a men's league, and afterwards they'd buy a keg, and just 30 to 40 adult grown men and some women would stand around and just crush it.
Trying to kill it, yeah.
Yeah. That was my first beer. Oftentimes, yes.
Huh. Out of that keg. Do you know what it was? Oh.
Rolling Rock. Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
See?
How familiar.
Yeah. So that was my first sips of beer. Rolling
Extra
Rock, baby.
pale. 33.
Does that mean anything, that number? It means something, I'm pretty sure.
I know.
My dad got me a case of it for my birthday.
Because I turned 33 on it. If I was to make a brand, I would label it after some grandma and say ever since 1842, and then you'd be like, wow, this is legendary. Yeah.
It's named after my grandmama.
Yeah.
So really, this whole episode's about alcohol in general, though, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to focus us before we lose focus forever.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, what I just wanted to kick us off. It's a certain holiday right around now. Are we allowed to say the name of a holiday? It's not copyright, right?
It's not copyrighted.
St. Patrick. Oh, man. I can't wait to get out there and be in the bus and just... Woo. Did you do ever any St. Patrick's Day bar crawls or anything like that?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, actually, we did one in New Orleans.
Did you?
Yeah, they have a lot of Irish there, apparently. And it was fun because I guess they're so used to floats. I'm part Irish. You're so used to floats and cleaning up after parades and stuff that they were throwing heads of lettuce and they were hitting people that weren't paying attention.
Oh, that's awesome. Isn't it cabbage? I think it's cabbage.
Oh, it might have been cabbage. Yeah, sorry.
Cabbage.
I didn't taste it. I can't tell the difference.
So, I just know St. Patrick's Day is a time where everybody can get lit, rip roaring drunk for no reason other than to pretend they're Irish or something like that.
I guess so. Yeah.
Everyone pretends they're Irish. You wear green. So I did a little research.
Mm-hmm.
It's St. Patrick. It's the anniversary of his death, correct? March 17th. Okay? It's the anniversary of his death. It is. Trust me. I did a minimal amount of research. There we go.
There you go.
So I thought, what's the big deal? Well, apparently March 17th is during Lent. You know what the rules are during Lent? You cannot eat. You have to fast. You are not allowed to drink. No alcohol. So you know what they did? St. Patrick was such a badass and a great guy that they said, yo, Lent, we're putting Lent on hold for this wicked party. We're going to everyone get rip-roaring drunk, eat all the food you want for this one day. It's the Lent exception. And the old apostle of Ireland, after he chased out all the snakes, he let everyone get really, 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 really drunk, and it just took over from there.
Huh.
That's it.
So is that like right in the middle of Lent, or is that towards the end?
I think it's towards the end. I'm not 100% sure because Fat Tuesday's like February, right? Like
March
the second week.
5th, I thought.
Oh, maybe. Okay, it's near the beginning. I don't know. All I know is we put Lent on hold for one day because we love God and we friggin' love beer, folks.
Yeah.
And the whole green is just because it's Ireland's color.
Yeah. What, green?
That's it.
Orangish?
National color.
And white?
Yeah, you can go orangish, sure. Shamrocks? Sure, it's a national flower.
Yeah,
I don't know.
My wife has a shamrock tattooed on her body.
God bless her, dude. I didn't know she was easy.
I didn't say where it was.
Well, that didn't change my answer. The first Irish parade was 1903, and we've been getting drunk ever since. Isn't that beautiful?
That's fantastic. I guess the drink of choice now is probably Guinness. Car bombs? Are car bombs appropriate?
I don't even know. It's like Guinness, car bombs. Yeah, well, it wouldn't
Jameson?
be appropriate by them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the ones who are affected by car bombs. So if they say it's okay, maybe it is okay. What percent Irish are you? Do you even know? Well, I got to pour my beer.
I got to think about it.
Okay. I think I'm like 60% or something.
No.
Oh. Yeah, the rest of the year I'm like, I'm more Irish than Italian, believe it or not.
That's weird, because I'm like 30%-ish. Probably 25.
But I look like my father, who looked like his father, who was like a hundo Italian. So I just kept the look. Even though I've been bred against it.
You're lucky.
What are you going to do? I'm trying to retweet our thing. I never know where the hell it is.
Oh, the direct link. You need the...
Yeah. Excuse me. We're going off the rail here.
Yeah, that New Orleans parade thing, though, it was crazy. Because there was just like mounds of cabbage, lettuce, whatever it was, in the streets.
Just thrown around?
And when it's just random shit everywhere. And when it ended, like they just had like dump trucks just like, and within like maybe an hour after the parade, everything was cleaned up. Went back to normal.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually cleaned up or just like mostly cleaned up?
They did a good job. They put it back to the way it was, which for New Orleans,
New Orleans. Yeah, I hear you. Whew, a lot of work.
How much okay.
Quick, isn't it?
This is the last time I passed. I'm more. Yeah, more so than...
Did you? So... I wanted to talk about drinking in general. It's not good for you, I think.
So that one glass of wine a night is not that great?
No, I think that's okay.
That study was actually backed by an alcohol council, so I don't know if it's accurate to believe.
I think in moderation, because your body can process one drink an hour.
Yeah.
So anything over that is like waste and bad and unhealthy. But the one drink an hour you could do. Now, you wouldn't want to do it every hour for your whole life. It would be weird. It's a lot of calories, a lot of sugars.
Continuously.
You're like, no, I'm just maintaining my hour a drink. Yeah.
When they came over the Mayflower, apparently that's what they had. Is to survive, they had like potatoes and beer. That's all they would eat.
I guess that's understandable.
So it's like our ability to digest something that I don't know that most things can digest alcohol.
No, they can't. In fact, they think it started 10 million years ago.
That's a broad stroke.
A certain group of apes was unable to eat any fruit that was fermented, and one group was, and I think it's our ancestors. So we just so happen to be able to eat fermented fruits and keep them down and process them for the most part, and the other apes weren't. So it gave us a evolutionary advantage. You like my pronunciation?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Whew.
The earliest known recipe for beer was in China. It was like, I think it's like 9,000 years ago. So it's not as old as I was hoping, but it's pretty old.
What did they make it out of? Rice? Rice wine?
Clay? Oh yeah, it was rice wine, but they wrote it on clay or something. They recorded the... Jesus Christ. Shit every 2 minutes.
It's a lot.
I'm gonna burp a lot. We're gonna run.
So they had like what, a clay pot? Like I bet it's like a kimchi style. Like they put it in a clay pot. Okay, dang it, clay pot in the ground. We haven't drank. I haven't beer yet. Yeah, I bet they put it in a clay pot in the ground and just let it ferment.
Probably. That's like the easiest way.
Yeah.
I actually wrote down how they distill each one, not to get too graphic and whatever have you.
Is it like one of
Just
those
like
like moonshine stills where they heat it up and then like the alcohol
Kind
captures?
of. That's really close.
Goes down that squirrely copper pipe and then drips down in the bottle.
The header pipe, the long sleeve,
Yeah,
the little, the ladle.
Don't overdo your moonshine, as we found out last episode, because that can make you go blind.
That's true.
An old wives' tale.
True.
Probably more of a young man's tale.
You know which alcohol we even drink? It's ethanol. Don't drink the other one.
Ethanol? Green alcohol?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What was last episode? I'm talking about. There's something.
Good question.
We'll figure it out by the end.
No, we will not. It's gonna go off the rail soon. With beer, this is the most common one. It's like you add water, grain, yeast, and hops. You kind of mix them together. You boil it, and boom. So you come with the mash. That's like the
garbage you don't want, right?
Grain. No, well, yeah, but you have to cook it like that.
Yeah.
And boil it. You take the grains out of it, and it becomes a wort, which is like a boily, nasty liquid. But I think that stuff is like ripe for yeast to be eaten
precursor.
On. And you add the flavor, which is like usually hops. We find is a really good flavor adder, and hops naturally antibiotic or antimicrobial.
Really?
So it keeps everything. Yeah, just by coincidence, they found like this beer holds very long. So you add all the ingredients that the yeast is going to love. You cool it down real quick, and then you say, "Hey, yeast!" You throw all the yeast in there, put a lid on it, and then the yeast start eating all the sugars, and they eat all the hops. They eat everything in there, and then they poop carbon dioxide and alcohol. So that's why you get the bubbles.
Oh, that's great. Do they die eventually? Do they kill themselves with their own alcohol?
Yeah, they die.
Do they heat it up too? I thought there was a heating process.
No, just in the beginning. It takes them like 2 weeks, and then they usually are dead, and that's most of the alcohol is left behind with carbon dioxide, which escapes through a little bubbler. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite quotes from like last week's Reddit. Someone said, "Every time you cook bread, it's like cultivating an entire culture of yeast, like millions upon millions of yeast, and killing them all
at once.
Mass extinction, wipe them out, and then you get to eat a delicious loaf of bread." Oh.
What was the last episode about? Wow, oh my God, I knew. I've timed in the minute. You get good at it. That's what happens, folks.
Oh, it was about cars.
Yeah, it was.
I have a stat about. So I have a story too about cars. I'm gonna segue. So somebody said that the keys to Saturns are very similar. So you can put a key in almost any Saturn, and it will open it up, and you can start it with the same one. Saturn isn't made anymore, probably for that reason. But someone said that awesome. They had a story about how they got in a car that was exactly like theirs, turned it on, started driving, and then noticed like the smell of the car was different, and then like,
oh yeah, that'll happen.
One thing was missing. By the time they got back, they had called the cops on that person, and they're like, "No, I swear, like I didn't steal this car." And
this is the key. It's right here.
He had to point to his car that looked exactly the same and say, "I have a key." And hold on, officer, I have a PowerHour going on here. And say, it opens this car, and I just took off with what I thought was my car. So that was my story.
I mean, that's actually reasonable-ish.
Legit.
So I'll bring us back, but also include a car story.
Okay.
So after one of these softball games, the coach, we'll call him Clay. That's not his real name. He was driving home with his buddy. Now, Clay had a DUI, I believe. But Clay got in the car, had way too much to drink.
0.08 over?
This is back in the day. Way over. So he got in the car. Him and his buddy, and he said, "Hey, you know what? I have a DUI. Can you drive?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess so." So buddy finally drove. Clay's in the back seat or the side seat, and the guy behind him has like their high beams on. It's like, follow him. This is a long drive, and drunk. They just want to get home. He reaches out the window, and he was just giving him the finger, like, "Get the fuck out of here!" It was a cop.
He just kept tailing him. Did he know? A long time.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Did he rack up all the offenses?
All I know is the driver got in big trouble, and he said, "Hey, can you drive, sir?" to Clay, and they made Clay drive home, which is awesome because he was not able to drive, and he had multiples, I believe.
There are some slick drunks out there that are fully functioning. until they hit a certain level, and then they probably drop off.
I actually have that stat. Want to hear it?
Oh yeah.
So the average person drinks, I think, a few drinks a day, but it's thrown off entirely by the people who don't. So they broke it down into 10 groups.
Okay.
10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever. That's the.
So this is a study of the amount of alcohol in their blood. They did breathalyzer?
No.
Or just how many drinks they gave them?
Per week. No. Study of people that drink per week, what they drink.
Oh. Huh.
First 3 groups, so 30% of the population, 0.
Is that because their religions say they can't? Like if you're a Muslim, you're not allowed to drink.
They don't. Right. That can be a reason. A valid reason. They don't like it. They just don't do it.
Don't like the taste.
40th percentile, we drink 0.02 drinks a week. So that's probably like a once every... Is that like a twice a year party?
0.02.
Yeah.
Really?
A week.
50 days?
Drinks a week.
0.02 a week?
What's that equal over 50 times 50? What's that?
That's like 1 a year.
That's 1. So they drink once a year. Christmas or whatever.
Is that multiple drinks or 1 drink?
It sounds like it's just 1. Just drinks per week.
Huh, yeah. Wow. That's...
Get this. Next one is 0.14. I don't know, times 50 what that equals to. It's like I drink crazy once a year, maybe. Then we go to 0.63. We're at 50% of the population now.
Oh,
and we don't have a lot of drinks in us per week.
I missed it.
The 6th, we start really getting some cool numbers here. We got 2.17 drinks per week. Okay. These people, weekend. They have a couple drinks on the weekend.
Point what?
2.17.
2.17. Okay. All right.
Drinks per week. That's
what percentage is this? Because we're there.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
He's got a chart. He's got
we're
a
at
graph.
7.
He has a graph on his sheet.
We're at 70. Hold
we're
on.
At 70.
This gets crazy.
Okay, goes way up. Asymptotic.
Right. Oh, yeah, it is. So hold on. The next group, the 80th percentile or whatever, 6.25 drinks a week. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I know people like that, right? The next group is 15.28 drinks per week. And I was like, actually, I'm probably close to there. Like, it depends on the week. It depends on what's going on. 7 days, I could break that down to 2 drinks a night. Yeah, I can see that. That's me-ish. Well, the top 10% is making up for everyone else. You want to hear what they drink?
Way too much.
73.85 drinks a week.
Is this why? So there's that law that you can't buy alcohol on Sunday mornings. Mm-hmm. It's for these people.
They still buy it.
They just stockpile it.
So they broke it down. That top 10% of the United States, this is just a U.S. study, is 24 million people. They drink 3 24-packs a week, or 18 bottles of wine a week, or 4.5 bottles of Jack a week.
Holy crap!
That's a problem.
An absurd amount. It's one of the things that if you're addicted, if you're an alcoholic, you can't cold turkey quit alcohol because your body will start shutting down.
Shakes, dude. You get the shakes, like your body shuts down.
Yeah. You
it's actually
kill yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go into seizures and stuff. So I'm glad we're doing that during the drinking episode. Yeah. This is our downer portion of the episode. I hope we get away from this. Another thing to consider is that
PowerHour without music is weird.
It kind of is.
You can add your own music.
Yeah, please do. We couldn't for copyright purposes. It says 9.8% of all deaths among the working class adults are alcohol related.
9.8%?
Mm-hmm. Now that includes slip and falls that are drunk. Anytime you get into a police altercation, you're drunk and you die. Drunk driving. There's a lot. Yeah. They listed 42 different categories where drinking may have led to your death. And I was like, wow.
So the legal limit is 0.08, which takes about 4 to 5 drinks for us. Depends how light you are.
Is it? I think it's like 3. Right, it depends on.
It depends because most of those people are being calculated as like 100 pounds, like if you're a girl, or 160 if you're a light-weighted guy. Oh. And the one stat I have, at 0.15 blood alcohol content, you are 380 times more likely to be in a fatal crash than you are sober.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Impaired driving is bad. I came up with some of them. In 2016, if you had to guess, It's actually a lower number than I thought. It's 10,500 people died.
10,500 just from driving.
Drunk driving
Drunk
accidents.
driving. That's
It's kind of low, right? It's
Per
I mean,
year,
it's
though.
high. It should not, right, per year. It's well. Then again, if you break it down, how many a day though? That's kind of bad.
That'd be 30 a day.
That's
It's
not
like
good.
one in each state almost.
Right.
That's pretty bad.
If we stretch it, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's not good. Now, interestingly enough, DUI arrests are way, way, way up. They're arresting you if you smell like alcohol, if you're above a scientific measured point. They arrest you for that.
Don't say that you've been drinking. Don't say, "Hey, I had one drink,
Had one
officer,
or
but I'm fine."
two.
They're gonna pull you out of the car and try to arrest you.
Yeah.
My lawyer friend said that you don't say anything. You just say, "I need my lawyer."
Yeah,
Don't
but isn't that a
answer.
bad sign? That's like
It
bad,
is,
too.
but you might, if you are under the influence, you should always default to the lawyer.
That's a good point. You ever get pulled over while drinking?
Not while drinking, no. Speeding
Okay.
tickets, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was.
How did this one go?
Which one?
So, no. Me and my sister used to play on the same ice hockey team. She was like near my age, and we would drink after the games. So we were leaving, and I think we thought there was like a cop blockade. Turns out it was a broken water pipe where they were just hanging out.
Oh yeah, you freaked out.
Well, she was under 21, and I was over 21, and
She
we were all
freaked out.
drinking. We all did. I was in the lead, so we cut over a median and just went the other way. Cop saw us, chased us down, and pulled her over, not me. Now, she's under 21, and she said, "I only had one beer." Whatever.
She said
And the
that.
cop was
Wow.
like, I think he figured it out. I'm actually trying to remember the story right. And I went around the block, and I texted her, and she's like, "I got pulled over." Blah 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 blah. Blah. So, I pulled up behind them, and like with my car, and I was like, "I heard about my sister's here. I'm so sorry, officer." I was like, "How about I drive her home?" And I had one of my friends in my car.
Don't do this.
And I was.
It's a terrible idea.
And I was like, "Can I drive her?" I only had like 2 or 3 beers. I wasn't like, "What's up,
No.
officer?" But I still remember, like, he went back to his car and he's like, "I'm gonna run your IDs. If you guys are clean, you drive her car. She's not 21. She's not allowed to have one beer. Okay, I could write you guys up right now." And I was like, "Thank you so much. We're so sorry." And he went back to his car, and she was standing there. And I was like, "Pretend I'm yelling at you." She's like, "Why?" I was like, "It looks like I'm a good role model." And I was like, he's so far away. He probably looked over and was like,
That's
"Man,
horrible.
he's
That's
being
so
tough on
tacky.
her." And he came back and he was like, "You drive her. You're not allowed to drive anymore. Okay? If I see you again, you're in big trouble. Blah blah blah. You're whatever." And whatever. We went on our way. And I was like, "Whew, that was scary." I've also been through ones where I was drinking, but like I had like 3 or 4 beers, but over a bar over like 3 hours, and I'm like, "This is." Doing my math in the car, you're like, "Oh my god, someone get a calculator."
Yeah. Do I want to
Like,
blow
I think
into
I'm
this
good.
thing right now?
I don't know. Am I good? Like, I don't know. So, have you ever blown into a breathalyzer?
I have not at all. I don't think so. Unless somebody had like a toy one. They're like, "Hey, check this out. I found this." I don't think that's accurate.
I probably wasn't. I've probably blown into a dozen.
Really? From cops?
Yeah. Yeah. But talking like at parties and stuff that have been busted and whatever. And
See,
2 or
did
3
you stick
times, I
around?
was just no.
People are
but,
going
like,
out the back windows and stuff when I.
No, but I was like 22 at the time when 2 of these happened. And I was like, I was just still drinking. I was like, I have no clue who any of these people are. Officer. And they're like, "You sure you have your ID?" And I was like, "Just turned 21 a year ago." Maybe in a smart ass, whatever.
So I had this when I think I turned. Actually, I don't even think this is when birthday party. So someone planned a party for me to have at my place, which was an apartment with 4 guys in it, and it was on Facebook, and
oh no, Facebook.
Yeah, that's how they caught on. So they had to move it back a week, but they had the cops come and check out my place anyway. So I was like, "What the heck is this?"
Story.
Also, I did a party one time where someone lit gasoline in front of the apartment, Like they put it on their homework. I guess they were tired of doing homework or something. It was there. Everyone was drunk, so they lit this giant flame that was probably like 2 stories tall. Immediately, the cops get called because someone thinks it's going to burn down the place. And then
why wouldn't they?
I'm the responsible one that answers the door and says, "I don't know what's going on."
Can I see your ID? Happy birthday! We're hot cops. They pull off their pants. Great.
They're all dudes somehow, and you're just like, "Oh no!"
Of course they are.
Oh
no! Someone's older. Oh yeah.
So you go stories from college, games?
No, I was gonna save them to the end of the night.
Okay.
Because I have one more kind of logical, whatever, normal part.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk about what goes on in your brain. I didn't do a ton of research, but I did a little bit.
Lubrication. So I have there's blood alcohol. It crosses the blood-brain barrier. Blood-brain barrier. Yes, it does.
Is that a real term, or did you flub it up?
No, that's a real term. Blood-brain.
Okay, cool.
Blood-brain barrier.
Blood-brain?
What?
Blood-brain
Blood-brain barrier.
That'll be good.
What's the Cuptown one? It was like, he's got like DSLs under that, and I go, "Oh, Batman."
My one weakness, DSLs. Yeah. We can't do a come down riff. They're too.
It's raunchy.
Shout out Come Town. They listen to the podcast.
Yeah. So I have the BAC. What it does, you lower your inhibitions. You get relaxed. Your judgment is slightly impaired. Minor impairment of reasoning and memory.
Like, what are you doing?
This is at after probably 2 drinks for most people. Mm-hmm. Your behavior becomes exaggerated and emotions felt more intensely. Ding.
All right. I'm waiting for it. Did it go?
Yeah. I don't remember. Your memory also goes too.
I think it does. So alcohol goes into your body. 10% of it is just absorbed by your stomach and stuff and turned into nutrients. 10% of it. That's amazing.
You only get 10% of the alcohol that you drinking?
No. You convert 10% into actual food or drink, like a normal thing you eat.
And then the rest goes to your liver and gets broken down.
Well, first it goes in your small intestine, which actually first it has to go to your pyloric valve. That's the valve in the bottom of your stomach that opens and lets things in and out.
Why?
There's a reason. No, there's a reason.
There's a reason?
When we were waiters, we had to take alcohol classes.
When you were wieners?
Waiters,
okay.
Server. Yes, I licked the can. So do you know why you don't get drunk as fast on a full stomach? It's just literally
into your food.
No,
because your pyloric valve doesn't open?
Well, it doesn't let that much through at once. You will get the same amount of drunk on an empty stomach and a full stomach. The full stomach just takes longer and spaces it out over a wider time frame.
I thought you had a full digestion system going, like you're working harder.
No, because it breaks everything down so small that the alcohol will be separated anyway. It's not like just alcohol goes right in here and does this, but alcohol on a loaf of bread? Oh, it sneaks right by. No one even knows. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. What it is your food sits on the bottom of your stomach. You get a full stomach. You're only letting small amounts through at a time through that valve. So all that alcohol and everything's still sitting in your stomach. It hasn't made its way into your bloodstream yet. Now it spaces it out over a longer period of time, giving you more time to process it. But like we said in the biz, just because they had 3 or 4 drinks and they're not showing any signs of impairment because they had a lot to eat, that alcohol will eventually make its way into their small intestine, where it is eventually filtered out into the blood and makes its way to the brain. That's where alcohol does all its dirty work. In the brain, folks. It messes with your neurons. It messes with different parts of your brain. And that's where we get the different effects. It starts at the frontal cortex. What alcohol does is we have 2 kinds of... We have 2 kinds of neurons, essentially. Glutamates, which are the excitation ones. They tell you to go, they tell you to do, they work around. And GABA. GABAs are the inhibitors. They actually tell your brain to stop, slow down, let's Take our time here. So the GABAs are like, hey, hold up, wait, stop. And the glutamates are like, let's go. I want to keep moving. We're going.
Mhm.
Ironically enough, do you know what alcohol increases? GABA, which is your inhibitors. You're like, wait a minute, I'm all inhibited. I'm inhibited
Do they
when I drink.
like clog them? Like, how does that work?
There you go. So everyone's like, my inhibition goes off the chains. Well, actually, what happens is your GABA goes off the chains. So GABA tells your brain to stop, slow down, stop, slow down, stop. So what happens is you're telling different parts of your brain to stop. Like a ton of processes in your brain is stopping. A lot of social checks, a lot of things that aren't important to you. So the only thoughts that are traveling quickly and clearly are really basic thoughts. I gotta pee.
Yeah.
I want to kiss that girl.
Oh, give me that taco.
I gotta eat. Yeah. Like these are the
Let's go
thoughts
Taco
that
Bell.
have free reign. Other thoughts are getting stopped. Like, should we do this in societal hierarchy where I'm this person's boss and this person's this? That thought's getting stopped. That's getting shut right down because we don't have time for it. Our brain's slowing down different parts. We're slowing down that thought. We're inhibiting it. So essentially, with the GABA going up, we feel less, we think less, we notice less, and we remember less. So essentially, when you're getting drunk, you're thinking clearly. It's very clear because there aren't many thoughts that are traveling, not as many, but they're mostly about nothing.
They're about the most inane things, most
Yes, they are.
basic of thoughts.
Whatever was on your mind. Yeah.
Which is what? Sex, food, water, and bowel movements.
One. Yeah, it sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The other thing to keep in mind is that while all this is going on, dopamine is being released in large quantities, baby.
Euphoria. Spread that euphoria all the way around.
Ooh, baby.
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Aren't you? I'm feeling like dopamine's going around in here. Boom.
Except to a certain level, and then you start to feel depressed, right?
I think just you just had so much that so different parts of your brain shut down in order. Like I think your frontal cortex is like the first to kind of get inhibited. That's your complex thoughts and stuff. Then we get to the cerebellum, I think, which might be like your balance and your like coordination, more basic
Get a
things.
little sloppy.
And then I think we shut down parts that like control digestion and stuff, and we're just like vomiting and throwing up everywhere. We're really poisoning ourselves.
So I've got like 0.13 is gross motor impairment, lack of physical control, blurred vision, major loss of balance, and then euphoria is reducing, becoming dysphoria, a state of feeling unwell or dizzy.
What's the number at that? Yeah, dizzy.
0.13. BAC.
1.3 is where we start.
Which I guess would be like, for me, it'd be like 10 drinks almost.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't remember the last time I had 10 drinks. It's been a long time. Go back to college.
I feel like once in a while I can make 3 really strong drinks, and then it's still like, what is it? Like mixed drinks. I'm trying to think. I can make a 4th.
Like a Moscow Mule.
Yeah, but I do like Coke and rum or something like that. I'm not doing no Moscow.
Oh, I can't do I can't do Coke and rum anymore.
Dark? No, yeah.
Which comes down to which drinks can't use stomach anymore. So like for me, tequila sunrise. That was like a college thing, and then Coke and rum. The Captain can't.
Yeah, clear rum does something weird to me.
Bacardi is better than other ones though.
I don't know, man. I have some weird experiences with Bacardi rum and Coca-Cola, I think, or Coke product. There was a thing where if you tilted your head back in a chair and someone poured both of them in without ice or anything, like a 2-liter bottle of soda and a container of alcohol, and you did it like this and then swallowed it while your neck was like this, you wouldn't taste it. It was a real thing.
So in Mexico, for one of my spring breaks, we went down to we crossed the border, and right over the border there's a bunch of bars. One of the bars had a barbershop chair that spun, and they would spin it while they were putting tequila down your throat.
Same idea, while you were leaned back?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess you didn't taste it, so you could just keep drinking it.
Tequila does something weird to me.
That was quite a night, which I don't think I mentioned before. Should I mention it?
I'm waiting for the next sentence. I don't know.
I think I should. So one of our friends in the group of probably like 8 guys was diabetic, and the next club we went to was all mixed drinks, purely sugary drinks, and he just went to town. So he got so out of it, and he needed medical care. We had to carry his body, like 5 or 6 of us, back to the border, and as we're doing it, the cops think he's been shot or something. So there are people like pulling on the side of the road, like a minivan pulled up, and they opened up the door, and they're like, "Get him inside. We need to take him to the border." And once they realized that he was just drooling like just bile drunk and puking, they're like, "No, you'll carry him. You're okay." Luck. So we ended up getting him over like the little bridge and putting him in an ambulance and then going back and drinking. But he was okay. That is one of those things. It's just like, I can't believe that happened. And if you went to a Mexican hospital, like, I feel like you lose organs. Like, that would be, I wouldn't want to wake up in a Mexican hospital.
I know. Well, they could handle a diabetes thing.
Maybe.
I'm not asking them to do like any kind of surgery on me, but they can give me an EpiPen. They can give me medicine for a hangover. They can do those kind of things. I don't know. I'm just not, I guess it depends.
I wouldn't want it. I'd want you to carry me, Nick. That's what I'm telling you.
I can work on
it. You'll be pulling me slowly. It's like dragging me on the concrete. This guy. Yeah. I called it.
What where does I was trying to link this thing still. We're like halfway through the episode.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm trying to link it. I'm trying to promote it. I'm trying to whatever. Oh, I found us. Oh, I found us. I'm not looking for
the tweet.
The share to. Yeah, it doesn't show up. Like, whatever.
Sometimes it misses it and holds it, and then like an hour later it pops up.
An hour? Okay.
You should just tweet out on check out UnPanderers.
Yeah, I did. I did it. I checked it.
Yeah, good.
Good. All right, so hold on. I actually picked up my phone for a reason. I was going to share with you. The other cool thing about the word drunk is it has 1 million synonyms, and they're hilarious most of the time.
Let's get shit-faced.
Oh,
I want to call this episode.
You did. You said that before we started airing, and you were like, "I'm not going to use that language." Did you clink your cup? Anyway, there's something gorgeous and cute about the British terms for drunk and like the British idea of drunk.
What are the British terms for drunk?
I don't know, but I'm going to go through 365 words for drunk, and I'm not going to say them all, but I'll probably say a good number of them just for the whole bit.
Just the good ones.
Addled, ankled, badgered, banjaxed, bashed, battered, befuddled, befuggered, bent. I like that one. Bent, besotted. Well, that's good. Vivacious, bibulous, blacked out, bladdered, blasted, blathered,
wasted,
blitzed, blutered. Oh my god, that's a good one. Blotto, boiled as an owl.
Boiled as an owl? Because owls get boiled.
That's coming from the UK. Oilier owl. Oilier owl. Mm-hmm.
Oilier
bombed. Boozy. Bosco absoluto. I'm going to start saying that. Bosky.
Oh, you're so bosky, man. You bosky?
Yeah. Buckled. Buttered. Buttoned. Buzzed. Cabbaged. I'm going to start using cabbage.
I'm going to bring like leaves of cabbage and just smash it in people's faces. You cabbage man.
Chevy taste. Crunk. Crocked. Crapulous. Decimated. We know that means 1 in 10 killed.
Yeah,
that's a little take it.
That's true. Yeah, that's
dipso, disorderly, drunken, drunk, elevated. I never heard that one.
No.
Etched, euphoric, fecked,
fet,
fleeing. Yeah, I don't know. Fleamered. I like that one.
Your list is getting shittier as it goes. Some writer got lazy halfway through.
I'm telling you, dude. No, it's 4 on the floor. That's good. Fried, fuddled, full of loud mouth soap. Gadded, giddy,
Mouth sore.
glorious, goosed, gubbed, guttered, half cut, half in the bag, half cocked, half seas over, hammer blowed, hammered, hanging, having a close look at the footpath. Oh, that's good. Having a jag on, having the whirligigs, high, higher than a kite, hooched up, hosed, howling, in your cups, inabstinent, inebriated, inebrious, inepted, intoxicated.
Inept to what?
Yeah, intemperate. I think I just said it wrong. Shit. Juiced, kippered, lagged up,
Kippered.
lamped,
I like kippered.
langered. So do I. Larruped, lashed, leathered, legless,
You only up the
liquidly
L's.
exuberant. I know. I'm gonna skip a few now. All right. Lubricated, lush, mad way it, mangled, mashed, maudlin, meffed, merry, minced, minging,
I'm not skipping
noir.
any.
I am skipping some.
How many are in this list?
365. So you can say it one day every day a year. Obfuscated. Off your trolley, off your pickle, off your face. Oh, they're good. On a bender. Out of control, blah blah blah, paralyzed, phalanxed, pixelated, never heard that. Plotzed, potulent, primed, razzled, ravaged, ratted, Rico, oh shit, scattered, seeing double, sewed up, shickered, shit faced, shit housed, slizzard, slopped up, slozzled, snattered, snobbled, snockered, sodden, spaced, spangled, splattered, spongled, squiffy, stiff, stone, stonken, stocious, totaled, toasted, trolleyed, troubled, trousered, tweaked, twisted, twizzled. Oh, these are good. Unsober, warped, wasted, wellied, winehoused, wiped out, wrecked, zombied, zoned, zonked, and that's a Mandarin term. I'm not really sure. I didn't want to pronounce it. So.
So I guess anything could really mean that you're wasted. You could probably tell somebody they're bottled. And
We used to make. Oh my god, we made one up. Chalk outlined. Yo, he's so chalk outlined. He's dead. That's what we were
chalked up. I guess he's chalked up being like cocaine or something.
Well, we did chalked, but no, it was like for chalk outline. Like he's so dead. Funny drinking game. First person to pass out, like at a group party or whatever.
Draw penis on their forehead.
No, that's too common. We did it to someone who had a job interview the next day, and no one told him when he left. Now, I'm sure he looked at it in the mirror when he got changed, but it's funny to think he didn't. No, a fun drinking game is you have the blue tape, and when someone passes out in a couch or something, you just surround their body in blue tape. I have a picture of me surrounded in blue tape. Just sitting there
I've never seen that picture. You need to send it.
It was my Facebook profile picture for a while. Isn't it funny how Facebook has changed? Like
it's died entirely.
The most sloshed pictures of myself.
Well, that was the whole point in the beginning because you could find people on Facebook that were college age.
It was only available to people in college.
Yeah, so it was
it was only available to.
We should recreate a Facebook for just college people.
Is it called hookup.com or something? Because I mean, I remember like writing on walls like, "What you doing tonight?" LOL. That's a great joke. Like it would be like literal conversation.
Parties, events.
Yeah.
Oh, God
you going to 105? You going to 105 later? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people would ask people that. It was a different time. You going to Dan's birthday bash? Yeah. Here's the address. Cops don't show.
Thanks, guys.
So I still remember the first card game. We're going to get into games you play when you're drunk?
Yeah. Like King's Cup? Do a King's Cup or you do
we did a lot of King's Cup. Do you want to discuss the rules to King's Cup? Because everyone discusses them all the time.
Yeah, it's because they're all different, right? Depends where you're from.
Dude, I guess so. 2 you, 3 me. Can we agree on that?
Yep. 3 me. 4 touch the floor, which is put your hand. 5 thumb or 5 high?
5 high.
5 high.
4 floor, 5 high. I don't know. Seemed like it to me.
Yeah, seems make sense.
6.
Cover your dicks.
We had
chicks?
chicks.
Oh, because someone would punch you in the balls if you didn't do it. Well, mostly men. Yeah.
7.
Heaven? That's the one where we raise our arms. So yours is a little different.
I don't know. 5.
7. What was your 7?
I don't know now.
Maybe you're wrong here.
7. Maybe it was 6 chicks, 7 dicks. We just kind of didn't have a rhyme for it, so it was dudes. Like one was girls, one was dudes. Sounds reasonable.
Okay. 8 was
question.
No, queen. Queen was question.
Yeah, 8.
I think that was like
date. You pick someone else to drink with. Is that the thing? I don't know now.
I don't know.
All right, what's 9? Is 9 question?
I'm gonna look at the rules because I don't.
Damn, dude, it's been a while.
9.
Brush up.
I feel crap. 10. Do you know 10? So
no.
Let me see. 8 is mate. So you'd pick somebody else.
Date.
9.
That's what I said.
9 would be best or worst cards. We're called the bust a rhyme. 9 bust a rhyme. I remember doing that.
9 bust a rhyme. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This is not fair because I played. One of my friends was a rapper in college, and he.
Yeah, but it's 4 cards out of 52. Like,
yeah, but he would.
Oh my god!
He rhymed Ferguson versus Plessy in one of the rhymes, and I was just like, oh my goodness,
that's pretty wild. Dude. Ferguson versus Plessy.
He would ring in like the random, most random
epic
shit.
To drop that at random.
Becky, here's to you.
Jack. Category or is 10 category?
10 was categories, so you'd say what, like
brands of shoe,
sexual positions,
kinds
or something.
Of cereal. Ooh, geez, you guys played racy. We're like kinds of cereal.
And then you always have that guy. I was that guy that'd be like,
you can't think of tricks. You can't think of tricks. So what was Jack?
Never have I ever. Some people do that.
Okay, that's possible. I think I've done that.
Did we already say the thumb one? Some of them are like you could delay it.
I never did a thumb. Okay. Oh.
Like you could take the Jack and then hold it, and then they'd be like, I guess you kind of knew everyone, like that person had the thumb. You like put your thumb on the table, and then the last person put their thumb on the table.
Oh, I see you. I think the interesting one was Queen when we get to question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'll be like, do you know what I mean? The worst is people get at it. You question back to the same person.
Why would I know what you mean? And then it's like, I don't know if you're allowed to repeat the question and like.
No, you can't.
You can't use the same phrase
to a new person, right? It's weird because your human tendency is to answer. So I can be like, why would he ask me that? That was a good one. If if you didn't have an answer real quick or a question.
I miss these games because I feel like I'm better at them
now. Because they make
you
think.
And yeah, they make you think, and you can tell the personality of people. And everyone was down. Like in college, everyone's like, "Yeah, let's do this," and the whole apartment comes together and they start playing. I mean, how many times do you get in adult life where people are all captivated by a game for at least an hour? You can spend an hour.
You don't, especially one that incapacitates you for like the rest of the night / half the next day. But King, how did you play King's Cup? You could pour as much or little of your beer that you wanted into the middle cup.
The key is that you have a mix of beers in that King's Cup, and then the last person to draw the
tastes
king
so bad.
Gets the
drink that bad boy. What's Ace then? Waterfall.
Well, I would do Waterfall and Ace.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Waterfall. King's Cup. Next time I'm up there, I'm going to play King's Cup. I'm going to get people together. Get the kids. Put them to bed.
We got some adult King's Cup in this. 9 rhyme. We're going to bust Plessy versus Ferguson. Can't wait.
What are the other games here? We got
the first game I ever played was the weirdest game. He would ask you, whoever the dealer was, red or black. So you had a 50% shot. I would say red. If you're wrong, you drink 2 seconds. Next person, red or black. You go around once. Higher or lower. And you look at the card in front of you, you'd have to pick higher or lower.
Yeah.
So you have a pretty good chance, depending on your card, right? Drink, if not, drink, whatever. In or out was the next time he went around. And it was like, is it inside the cards that you just have? Because now you have 2 cards. Or is it outside those 2 cards?
Yeah, some people have hard decisions. Other ones are obvious.
Right. It all depends on your hand. And then last one was always like, name the suit, which was like random, I guess, whatever. And then at the end of that, he put a pile of cards up the river, down the river. This was called. He put a pile of the cards he had left down, 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 down. And this pile was give. This pile was take. So he'd flip them one at a time, and everyone, whatever cards you had left, he'd be like, all right, whoever had a 2, now you get to give for 2 seconds. And you point to someone and be like, yo, I got that 2. Drink for 2. And then he'd go to the bottom pile and be like, whoever has this card, take for 2 seconds. And I'd be like, oh, I had an ace. So they're drinking. Then it's 4 seconds for each card. Then it's 6 seconds each card. And then the last one was like, finish your beer or whatever the stupid thing is.
Wait, there was one card in King's Cup that was like you could make a rule. We changed one of them. So it's like every time it's your turn, you hug somebody or something like that.
Wait, didn't you do that after like you're president of like asshole or something? Yeah. Making rules is very complicated.
So asshole, right, I don't remember asshole, but we played it. We did play it, but I don't remember it.
Okay. Asshole was crazy because everyone had rules for that too. Your 2s and 4s were like clear numbers, like they didn't count.
That's why the name of the game is asshole, because whoever makes the rules is asshole.
If you played with like crazy hardcore people, I went to University of Scranton all the time. They were hardcore into these kind of games. Like they would like treat them like Bible.
Nothing else to do.
Right, but they treat them like Bible. So you'd go to these parties and like
offended.
Well, you have to do every rule. Like some of the rules were stupid. It was like at the end, you're the asshole and someone's the president. It's like, hey, listen, you're not allowed to touch your cards till I do.
Yeah.
And they do it.
Excuse me.
And then afterwards, they'd be like, yeah, excuse me. And then afterwards, they'd be like, you have to give me your 2 best cards. And you better not be lying. You'd be like, okay. Slide them over. Yeah. Is this a 5 and an 8? What am I going to do with a 5 and an 8? I'm like, what are you going to do with a 5 and an 8? But like, there's a little bit of jock culture that still exists in like competitive drinking games, I guess, right?
That's another thing is like other people's apartments and turf.
Oh, yeah, it's an interesting thing.
You go into Scranton, like we would always go to different people's apartments, and like those 4 or 5 people in that apartment would always have their own set of rules. So they'd like boss people around.
House rules.
And they'd be like, but Emily said, and then it'd be like, they'd all like come in and be like, whoa, what are you doing? So like, you always had like a group of people that had each other's backs regardless of whatever was going on.
You kind of have to. It makes sense to me. I got nothing against that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's my list, dude? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, we gonna do other games?
Beer Pong? Oh my God. Who didn't play Beer Pong?
Wait, I want to talk about quarters.
Beirut? Did anyone call? Oh, okay, quarters. Go ahead.
Quarters?
I didn't play a lot of quarters. Yeah, I didn't play a lot of quarters. Go ahead.
I forget what we had. We had like you hit it into a shot glass. Is it?
Ice.
Or
yeah.
Cup.
Okay.
Sometimes we had multiple cups. I forget what the secondary cup was. But like my table, we played quarters enough that it had divots in it from the quarters of people slamming. I called it
looking, dude. That was awesome. Sorry.
For some reason, I was good at quarters. I don't particularly like quarters. I think it's kind of boring because everyone's sitting there just like slamming the table over and over again. They don't interact. But I was pretty good.
We played a game called Moose.
Is there spoons involved in that?
No. Moose is a 16-ounce can, like one of these bad boys, like just propped right here, and you put an ice cube tray against it, right? One side was give, one side was take, and you would bounce your quarter into the thing. Huh. And if you could get 2 in the top slot, I think, on give, you could give someone the whole beer that you were playing with.
Oh.
But like the bottom was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I don't know how many things are an ice cube tray, but yeah.
That's like so the spoons
that was in Westchester.
The spoons one I was remembering was euchre. Have you played euchre?
It sounds really familiar.
That's like an upstate New York one. New York one.
Unique New York.
Yeah. So I don't remember the rules to euchre. I just remember that you had like a spoon, and like for some reason you were trying to steal the spoon from somebody else, and like the whole point of the game was to distract people.
my ex-girlfriend was big into spoons, different versions of spoons.
Mhm.
So I think there'd be cards constantly flipping around the whole table. Like you pass cards to people. Like you'd flip a card, take a card, flip a card, take a card, and everyone's seated in a circle. So like as you're flipping and taking cards, you're trying to keep 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind, or make a match or a pair or something, so that everyone's doing physical activities with their left and their right so much that once someone has made this match, whether it's 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, ace, I don't remember the rule. When that card showed up, that card would be placed face up, and that person would grab a spoon. And now you're still paying attention to your cards. You're flipping, flipping. And now all of a sudden, all the spoons get taken. And everyone just freaks out and punches people. And you're grabbing a spoon. You're reaching over the table. And you're like, I need a spoon. Because there's always one less spoon than people.
Yeah.
Someone. Yeah. Which is like the musical chairs idea.
Yeah, with spoons. Which, I mean, who gets angry at a spoon, honestly?
I would.
It's the least aggressive utensil.
I think I did throw a spoon.
God damn it! And you feel stupid immediately as it hits the ground. You're just like, oh. No, you didn't let go.
Ruin it. So do you want to touch on beer pong at all?
Yeah. Beer pong was the game.
Which, by the way,
still is the game,
do you know anyone who called it Beirut?
Beirut?
Yeah, like Washington, D.C. people called it Beirut. That's the other thing that's probably changed now. The internet has taken over the world. Like,
it's a phenomenon that everyone calls it.
Regional.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Tell me your average beer pong rules or whatever, because like they're different for regions.
So there was like, if you get 2 in at the same time, you get it back. Right?
Oh, it was game over. It was if you got 2 in the same cup.
Yeah.
It was
if you didn't grab the cup fast enough, so that they
correct.
Yeah. And then if 2 people got it in the same round,
it's solo cups. Like these guys set up like 6 of them. In
Yeah.
a triangle versus 6 of them in a triangle, 2 on 2.
I think they know.
And you shoot ping pong balls in them. I don't know. I'm just checking. This could be
okay.
Aliens in the future could be checking this out in 400 years and trying to recreate it. No, I made that.
You got it. So there was double in the same cup. That was game over. There was
someone hits your cup, you better take that cup. And if someone hit the other teammate hit that same cup before you took it away, game. Get ready for some naked laugh.
Even if you were holding it in your hand and they sunk it in your hand. That counted too. And then if they both, same round, got it in separate cups, it came roll back. It's a roll back.
Give them back. Give them back. Same. I agree.
And then if you bounced it, that was 2 cups.
2. But you could swat a bounce, correct?
You could swat a bounce, yeah. And then if you swatted it, it was free for all. You play free for all.
Wait, what's free for all?
It's if you swatted the ball away, then anyone could grab the ball, and then it was their ball to play.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's a good one. Because the guy who swats it knows to hit it back to his other teammate or towards himself. Unless he's drunk enough to be imbibed.
Good wake, everybody. The other one, how about how many re-racks you guys play?
Do we just do 1?
Any? 1?
Just do 1.
1. Okay, that makes sense.
How many re-racks do you need?
I played at a place where there were 2 re-racks. I was like, geez.
So what, you go diamond? You go diamond and then you do like a
2. You want your 2 in a row or something? Because if you had a weird thing going on.
Yeah, but you just change your angle. You just lean. You know?
You're not telling me. You're telling the people that made this rule.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, sure. That's my last one.
I'm literally about to text someone upstairs to bring me a beer. I think we could do 1 more beer for.
Well, the timer's going to run out soon. So that was the go-to game, right?
It was the most popular game.
Yeah, most popular game. What were the other rules? If you didn't win at all, you didn't sink a cup.
Oh, if you didn't hit any, you get shut out. It's a shutout, right?
Yeah, it's a shutout.
Usually, there's a naked lap.
Yeah, rule. Naked lap. So
doesn't always apply.
My naked nap.
I know you. You're
my friend was on crutches playing the game, and he was hitting cups off the table by accident.
God damn. If you hit a cup off, it's considered sunk. By the way.
Yes. So we ended up losing. My friend was on crutches, and we had to streak while he was on crutches, and we went opposite directions. So on the back of our lap, I saw him crutching naked, flopping towards me every little jump he made. And I think
Still
that was
remember
one
it.
of the only times I went streaking. I might have went streaking like one other time.
Whew, I was totally nude at a Maddie's party and just covering my junk, throwing beer pong. I remember
Yeah,
that.
I guess it
it's a good
feels like
point.
the appropriate thing to do because you never.
Oh my god! Hold on. Someone took a lighter to my pubes and never mind.
That's not a cool thing to do.
No, it was actually kind of funny, and because I think we took a picture. But anyway, anyway,
Wow,
Maddie's parties were always wild. I don't know. He was a goalie.
that was the last one.
Maddie was a goalie who always wore actual leather pads.
Real leather.
Oh, and the real goalie mask, like a Barney faux mask, like or a Lindbergh.
He's
or
crazy. That guy's crazy.
Sawchuck. Oh, dude, in ice hockey, he wore all old equipment. It was all leather. It was all like deer hide. Like he would legit, and he did stand up style. You ever see a goalie play stand up in men's league? Wild, dude. He had the old stick. He had everything, and he played stand up. You couldn't score a goal on him within this far of the crease because he would just you couldn't. If you took a shot from the red line, you had a 50-50 shot of scoring because he would kick his leg out and just miss it. And I was like,
So red line's far away.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Clarify.
Or blue line, half of those went in.
Far. It's like 50 feet at least.
It's like farther than that.
Yeah.
But he would just swipe his leg at it because he wouldn't go down into any kind of butterfly. He never did butterfly, dude. But anyway, his parties were awesome. And we would drink and play all these games we're talking about. People would get half nude. Anyway.
Yeah. That's the core of drinking in college, right? Because everyone is single. Everyone is essentially looking to have fun.
Mingle.
Yeah.
Mingle. Words here, yeah. Inhibitions are lowered. Not your inhibitor neurons. They're actually increased, but we won't get into that.
So like sophomore year was probably my best year. My entire life, actually.
Of your entire
college.
life? Oh my god, you have kids.
Kids.
I'm ready to drink. Because here's the beep, right?
There's no beep. It's finished, the 1 hour timer.
Oh, dude.
How much more do you got? When we replay it? Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop,
just
boop.
replay it, because I honestly...
Okay.
I want to hear the beginning. That's really why.
You want to hear the beginning? Okay, I'll replay it for you. So,
God,
like,
thank you. You don't have to
sophomore
read
year,
it.
everyone came to our apartment because we knew we had to split party. So, like, my real friends were split. So, in apartment, I had a really good friend, and then in the dorms, which were freshmen, for some reason they put sophomores with freshmen. Those guys were my really good friends, and they were there too. So everyone from the dorms couldn't drink in the dorms, so they were forced to come to my apartment.
Oh, go elsewhere to drink,
Yeah.
and you guys were the natural choice.
Yep.
You fellas.
We're such good
You
hosts.
fellas.
It was good.
Really?
It was.
You should have taken advantage. Did you charge anybody? Did you ever charge for parties?
No. Why the hell would you charge for people? Did you charge people? I never got big enough to charge.
I think we tried one time, but it never worked because all my friends would be like, "Dude, you're not charging me, right?"
Yeah, I know that guy.
You're good. And then anyone who came with them, I'd be like, "Can I have $5?" And they're like, "I didn't bring any money," which was a lie. And I'd be like, "Just come in, you're fine." I'd be like, "I didn't." James told me to come, and like he didn't say anything about money. And I'd be like, "You good?" Like we were the worst at collecting the money. I think we raised like $18 on a $5 a cup for like 40 people, and $18 is such a weird number.
Who wants to man the door anyway? No one wants to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
There is a phase to it though. Like when you first go to college, there's the like secretly drink in your dorm room with your buds, like the small 4-person party, maybe 5. Maybe you can grow it a little bit more, but it gets a little dangerous. The RA is going to find out.
Not much more. Oh, our RA. My God. Shout out, Brett.
Yeah. The apartment is a whole new level.
He bought us beer freshman year.
Yeah. What about like the peak? Do you think the peak was like probably like second or third year? Or do you think it was like?
It all depends on what and when and where you lived and everything else. Like I had a girlfriend for 3 years of college who was long distance. Yeah, she was long distance. I don't think I ever cheated on her.
Good man.
I mean, I got wasted. I partied. I danced. I did all sorts of flirty stuff, but I don't think I ever did that. So, and I would visit her like every other weekend, and we would have fun in her school because like it was kind of cool going to another school. It kind of sucked that I drove there.
Yeah, you're a
and
whole new
didn't
environment.
and
Someone
didn't
could show you
blossom. But
around,
anyway,
and then be
like
like, "This is what
so
we
like
do." Deepy dough.
like the end. To this day, my roommate is the only person who ever peed in a DPO. I hope the
We've
statute of
heard this story.
limitations.
We've heard this story.
I know. Statute of limitations is up. They can't get him. Just peed right on the counter because they took over 45 minutes to give them a simple DP dough. You would think they'd be able to handle that. But anyway, into my junior year, I was single, ready to mingle, and I had a good time. That's it.
So you had 4 years. I had 5 years.
Ooh,
So like by the 5th year, the people that I knew that were there's a split program. So like by the time the 4th year rolled around, they're part of my friends were leaving. So it's like bitter, bitter end. 5th year, it's like you're not on campus anymore. You're getting
there was nothing.
adultish.
It was like the
yeah. It's like a weird feeling. It's a strange area. So if you're going to college,
yeah, everyone left.
I would say sophomore year is probably like the golden year.
I could see that.
So
it's kind of like your growing period. You're still young and fun, and
yeah, and you don't realize that it's that's your peak when it happens. Would you agree that like your peak is it might
you never
plateau?
Know when your peak is. I mean, you can't know when your peak is.
Your peak.
You never know. Real quick, I have to grab something.
Oh, I have to hold up the conversation.
Finish. It's fine. Tell everyone when you peaked. Okay, I'm right there. I have to grab one thing. It's going to take 40 seconds, and there will be a beep. Hold on. Just do it.
He's got 41 seconds until the beep. I already gave my sage advice. Like, you get all your friends together. You just enjoy your time. Just try to have as much fun as possible. Some people are too strict in college. They don't enjoy themselves. They don't drink, and then that lingers. That lingers on their whole persona. They hold it, and they want to just party when they're older. And there's no reason to do that because college is the place to do it.
Did I miss a beep? Did I miss a beep?
You've got 4 seconds. There it is.
I'm religious. God damn it. So, would you say we're all alcoholics in college? Not to be a downer.
No, so I was just saying that there's some friends of mine that didn't drink in college. And when they leave
at
college,
all?
Yes, at all. So when they leave college, they feel like they missed out. They shouldn't have done that. Because now they drink after college.
Oh, do they? And they didn't?
Yeah, it's not as
Wait,
much
so
fun.
why didn't... What were the causes for not drinking?
Seriousness.
It would mess with their studies?
Yes. College isn't worth that much to me. So the point of college is, A, you get a degree, you learn something. That's probably like less than half of what college is really about. It's about being challenged and like being wasted and still trying to take a test and trying to understand what you didn't learn.
That sounds bad. Like,
it does.
You're never wasted taking a test, but
you were wasted when you should have learned what the test was about.
I agree.
There were times where I sat down and they're like, "Oh, it's a quiz today," and I was like, "Quiz?" And they're like, "Actually, it's a test." And I was like, "Oh shit! All right, let's see." And like those tests,
holy smokes,
I didn't do so badly in. So sometimes it's like, if you wing it, you're gonna be all right. So most of life is winging it.
I agree with that.
Are you proficient in doing this? Of course. I could learn it.
Are you proficient in... The other thing is, like, drinking becomes something in the professional world, too. Like,
if you're like a broker or something, like you're just schmoozing people, that's a skill. That's a skill to keep going.
You do have to know how to drink. Like, you meet with a client, it's a multi-million-dollar account. You see them for the first time, and you're like, enough with the small talk, baby. Let's have a drink. And they're like, and you're like, I know how to drink. We're good. You immediately know you're fine. Like, can you imagine if you were like, how to order a drink? Tender? I'll have one.
Excuse-moi.
Et moi? That's the other thing. Like, other cultures treat it different too.
So that's one of the things I want to go to, like Korea, because Korea apparently has like a very like, I'd say like brotherly or like sisterly culture, where you go out and you can meet random people who will force you to drink like you were in college.
Like that kind of a party
There's
atmosphere.
a vibe, yeah. Like they just want to go out and just like keep pounding it, and then like eat street food and just feel like you're a teenager again.
It's interesting. Your body doesn't respond to it the same the older you get, though. I mean,
yeah, it becomes kind of brutal actually. Like tomorrow, I'll probably be feeling the 3 beers I had, even though that's meager.
yeah.
You are on to 4, I think, but you have off, so you're good.
Off tomorrow. That's why we did this episode.
Freedom.
It's gonna be good, folks.
So there's a painful. So like hangover cures. Let's talk about hangover cures since we're already there. I think.
What is a hangover? It's not just lack of water, because lack of water does not give me a headache and make me feel like I want to die. It's when your body breaks down alcohol. Right, but when your body breaks down alcohol, there's actually a chemical compound left over. It's related to when ethanol gets broken down by your body. You know, I said 10% does get broken down.
Yeah.
10%. It creates vinegar and this other compound.
Garbage.
I forget what it's called. Yeah, it's essentially garbage. But it creates vinegar and this other compound. And this other compound could hang around in your system for 24 hours, 25 hours, 3 days, 1 day, half a day. And I think it generally makes you feel like crap. The other thing is your brain is shrunk.
Your brain is what?
Shrunk, I was trying to say.
Shrunk?
I think that's... Yeah, because like the dehydration factor, and then like this is it trying to go back to regular. I think I heard that somewhere.
Acetaldehyde and then acetate? Those are the 2 things?
Does one of them turn into vinegar and one
I don't know what acetate is, but...
Isn't acetate the one that's in nail polish or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's why people can't
That's
tolerate
acetone,
alcohol,
right?
because it's painful, I guess.
Right. It sticks around your system. It's not exactly healthy.
So, like, the cures are not cures, but the things that make you feel better is drinking water and then Gatorade.
Drinking water doesn't always just do it.
Yep.
Electrolytes.
And then
Bananas.
Bananas have a lot of potassium, which your body drains. And then grease, because it covers your stomach, because your stomach is not as stable as it usually is.
Is that really cured, or is that just like a misnomer?
It helps you keep down food.
Okay, so it doesn't cure it. It helps you with getting.
And didn't
food.
they say that eggs are a good means, because it has a bunch of
weird fats, probably weird fats and like cholesterol, like good stuff to coat your body.
Yeah.
Buffer. The other one. So why does hair of the dog work?
What? Hair of the dog? What's hair of the dog?
Good Lord, where are you from, dude?
I don't even know what that is.
Hair of the dog.
I don't know what that is.
When you drink again.
Oh, I heard that doesn't work. Actually, it makes you feel better until you hit that curve.
Well, I mean, you're just delaying the hangover.
Unless you're an alcoholic and need the beer or whatever you're drinking.
No. Hair of the dog is a real thing. I mean, essentially to put off your hangover. No. Yeah, I would Google it. Hair of the dog is when your body is A, craving alcohol, or B, craving a cure. Is hair of the dog real? Try that. I don't know. And I believe it releases dopamine and makes you feel better and goes into a weird zone and will literally just prolong the hangover period so that you're like, we'll deal with it tomorrow.
Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of proof saying whether the hair of the dog is more than just a scientifically proven short-term solution due to booze's impact on our neurotransmitter systems.
Yeah.
So it's saying that it makes you feel good very short-term, but it makes you feel worse in the long term.
I don't think it makes you feel worse in the long term. I think it just
prolongs your hangover.
Yeah. The hangover will happen later. It's like, we're not doing it today.
Makes it longer.
I don't think it does. Does it say that?
It doesn't say that specifically.
Or does it postpone it? Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Very official scientific blog entry.
Anyway, folks, just don't drink. Whoops.
Yeah, drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Be legal about it. make sure you're over 21 in the United States. Don't.
Sure.
If you're in another country that doesn't have a rule about it, do whatever you want.
So, like, it always comes back to my parents' stories, but my dad, when he looked like he was like, I think he weighed like 200 pounds by the time he was in like 5th grade or something. He was and 6'4".
Really?
Yeah, by the time he was like 5th or 6th grade,
beast.
like he went. Oh my god, he went early, and he used to work
Must've been
out. So
slaying.
like he was. I don't know. Listen, okay, that's my father we're talking about. All I know is the drinking age in New Jersey was 18. So when he was like 16, he used to go over to New Jersey and fake
Get
like he
some
was
beers.
18 and buy booze and come back.
Nice.
Come on, dude.
If someone would
That's
buy,
not responsible.
if I was a cashier, I probably wouldn't care.
Well, what's the youngest you ever bought beer? Have you ever bought beer under 21?
We had fake IDs.
From what? Like printed?
Yeah.
Or you bought them?
Printed and then they laminate them. I think I used mine a couple times.
Just two.
Well, we
You
all
were
had
two.
we all had them. So by the time we were like 19,
your turn,
we could
your
all
turn,
yeah.
okay.
So out of like the 10 friends that had them, we only. I mean, how many times do you really buy beer? Once every weekend.
Oh.
So like
right, for the big can.
yeah, 20 or 30 buys.
The best one I ever did was a place on Cotton Avenue. It was a drive-through beer place. It was like one of its first of its kind in like Mayfair, and I drove up because I could drive, and I had an ID that said LaSalle.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say if it was college or high school. It
Yeah.
was high school, but I would. I
Show
forgot
the
my
LaSalle.
ID, but I had my college ID, and I had a deep voice.
That's what
I
you
handed
used?
it over after. I swear to God, and the dude looked at it, and he was like, and it said HS, which was high school at the end.
No.
And he shook his head, and he was just like, "It's $28," and he let me buy it.
He let you
Like,
go.
whatever. Yeah, it was like when I was like 17 or something.
Oh man, we used to have the hookup. Our freshman year,
I
we
didn't
had somebody who was
even-
older.
God, I just
That was
realized I
pretty much
forgot
it.
something.
We had somebody who's older who would sneak it in a brown bag, like it was obvious, and then we'd pay him probably like a ridiculously like excess price.
Upcharge.
Yeah, upcharge
Hell
of like a $10 bottle of vodka was like $20, so it was like double the price. You'd be like,
I mean, there's a price for everything.
yeah.
Ironically, my college hookup was the RA across from us. We got him to buy us beer.
Yeah,
He was just
you're not allowed to say
he
it.
would
I'm supposed to say it.
just RA. I didn't say his goddamn name. I don't care.
More than one RA. Boop.
There were
Drink.
different RAs in the building, but no. He. What's he gonna do? Get arrested? I hope.
Yeah.
Police show up at his door. We were listening to the UnPanderers the other day.
Yeah.
Oh no. The other funny one was we had Fred parties. It's my buddy's house in the Northeast that got burned out. Like a fire happened in it, so they couldn't live there anymore. But it was totally fine. There were just rules about if there's a fire in your house, you're not allowed to move back into it until X, Y, and Z happens, like an
Okay.
inspector or this or
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So the house was like totally livable, not burnt at all, and like
And you'd party in
vacant
that
for 3
house.
months. Everyone in Northeast Philadelphia probably knows what I'm talking about. Fred party. We were all like in high school or below, and we would somehow get a keg there and just party with like youth, and everyone would show up from all over the place and like hook up as youths. And I just remembered Fred parties. They're wild. I told my first major jokes at Fred parties.
Oh, nice. Thank God for that fire, huh?
So I mean, we all remember stuff from our youth, like those kind of things, those kind of parties, those kind of people. And it's not good to drink alcohol or be underage, but
Yeah, it could have
You do.
long-term mental issues. You could
huh?
prevent you from maturing into a fully
Huh?
blossoming adult.
It's possible. The only thing we just want to promote is not to do it while driving and not to do it while
Drink responsibly.
a little bit. Like you have to have fun, but you also have to be not stupid
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
don't be stupid about it.
Drunk driving deaths are down, folks. You know why? because the DUI laws are crazy hardcore, way over the top, and they're arresting everyone.
Happened to
So
my
I
buddy,
mean, there's
too.
a balance.
It costs a lot of money too. It's like $3,000 at least.
$10,000. I was gonna say $10,000 for the whole
The
thing.
starter pack is $3,000.
Fine. Starter pack. But I mean, in one hand, it does. We are seeing fewer drunk driving deaths. That's good. That's a good thing. Keeping drunks off the road is good. The problem is, I think we're gathering people in the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 percentage
the
groups.
repeat
We
offenders.
should probably just get those top two groups that kind of
Use it.
Isn't there? You always read a story on Fark or some other website that tells crazy news that's like, man arrested for 15th DUI kills cop and son at same time. And you're like, ooh, 15? I would have maybe had his keys taken.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I also don't know. You have 45 seconds to end this episode, though.
Well, folks, we like you. We like you a lot. It's not just the GABA inhibitors going on in my brain. It's not just Dan not knowing how to say the word New York. It's real.
York,
it's something I feel here. And if you would donate to our foundation where we help people pay us money, we would make one extra episode a year that only you could watch.
We would do that, actually. I would do that.
We would do that. I'm guaranteeing it. I don't know how long it would be. I have to check with my girlfriend. He's going to check with other people. We got to see the recording software, but we'll figure it out. Bottom line, folks, is this.
Like you.
We care for you. We think a lot about you.
Yeah.
Like a lot. I'm getting real randy right now. I don't know.
Some vibes.
Anyway, I'm getting vibes. I think you're giving me vibes. And I think we can see you next time. Thanks for coming.
Boop.